What is going on, everybody? Varric here. It has been a long time since I've done a video, but I have been playing this new PD2 season. Season 11 is awesome. Totally recommend it if you haven't done it. But I do have a new build. Not new, it's new to me, but definitely not new to the game that I wanted to show you guys. It is another bear build. Sorry to spoil it for you, but I love the bear builds. I think it's super fun. I've actually had a hard time mixing in all of the kind of wants that you want for a bear build, because I feel like I can always get the damage, I can always get the pierce, but I can never get the speed. But with this build, you actually get the damage, the pierce, and the speed. So it's actually really nice. So without further ado, we can get into the build. I can show it to you. It is a flame bellow bear build, so a bellow bear you can call it. Going through here, you have your flame bellow. You are going to need lots of shales to reach breakpoint. This is actually not the best breakpoint. This is 4 frames per second. In fact, I can show you what it's going to look like out here. So you'll see here, this is 4 frames per second. What you're about to see on the screen right now is going to be 3 frames per second. So that is actually what 3 frames per second looks like. Feel free to compare and contrast. So getting back to the build, we have the 4-socketed flame bellow. And sorry, one more point. I will say the only way to get the 3 frames per attack is going to be getting a tier 2 corruption, increased attack speed corruption on a flame bellow, and then boxing it for 4. You need specifically 151% increased attack speed to get 3 frames per second, or 3 frames per attack. The only way to do that is to get a 31 or higher slam of increased attack speed, and the only way to get that is to get the second tier corruption, because it's 30. It hits 30 to 40% increased attack speed, whereas no other corruptions will hit 31 plus. So it's gonna be hard to find. So if you do find a flame bellow and you're still playing, please slam that sucker, or just let me know and I'll slam before you. But yeah, I need to get that 31 or higher percent increased attack speed slam, and then I need to box it. So there it is. So that's that. This also has just a 15 increased attack speed with some an all-res jewel in it. I'm sure I could squeak out some more damage with 28 Holy Fire, but I actually do like that this has a lot of ED, so it can help with a lot of like physical sustain. This COA is a very nice piece. It is slammed with faster hit recovery, and then I actually have a faster hit recovery jewel in it. One thing to remember is your FHR is going to be different in bear form. So here you can see if I just left it at 50, again, there's a 7% faster hit recovery jewel in this. If I just left it at 50, then when I go bear form, I would not hit that fast hit recovery. So you do kind of need a little bit extra. So yeah, here you have 2 fire facets. They're both like 5.4, I think. I didn't feel like paying up frickin' Bourbon for a 5.5. And I actually found a nice 7 FHR, 15 all res jewel, so that was pretty dope. So have that in it. Reses are nice. Next, you have a Rising Sun with CBF. This was a nice buy. Bought this for pretty cheap. Very nice pierce, very good fire damage, all the things you want. Dragon, please do not pay attention to the defense that this slammed. It's embarrassing. But yes, I rolled this dragon and I rolled 400 defense. Was super hyped about it. But what are you gonna do? Couple less defense isn't gonna kill you, or it might, but you know. So there's that. So again, remember back to my video on how stacking auras works. These are stacking, right? So we do have a level 26 plus a level 12 Holy Fire aura, which is giving us a level 38. So if I was able to get 28 here, I would have a 40 aura, which would be nice. Here we have Inferno Strides, just some all res on it. You really do kind of need some res here. You lose a lot. You're struggling to get some res on this build, so kind of just finding all res where I can find it. So that's been nice. These were nice boots here. I also like the blaze that you get. As a melee, like running in, you actually do proc it a lot, so it's kind of cool to hit blaze, and very nice fast forward walk. BK ring, just for some tankiness. I was able to get some life after each kill on this, and again, nice to hit that enhanced damage, so you're getting a little extra physical damage to help you sustain. So that's a nice piece. I actually like this. You can see my PDR percent is 38, so we're pretty high. String of Ears with just random deck slam, just what I had to use. Sure, whatever. Carrion Wind Ring. This is actually nice, and I think this got a buff because this did not used to have 20% faster run walk, so I like this a lot. It's a nice piece. Everything about it is nice. I very much like this ring, so was able to get a nice slam on it, so I used it. And then Hellmouth. This is kind of a whatever slam. I need to upgrade this obviously because I cannot block. No, you cannot block with Holy Sword. So that's your next question. Is going to be, well, hey, you got a sword. Can you cast Holy Sword? Apparently, they removed the ability to block when not in Paladin form. So apparently, you do not get the extra block from the sword when you're in bear form. I do think you get the extra damage though, so might as well use it. So okay, need better Hellmouth. And then down here, of course, we have a CTA, we have a Beast to swap. I just have this Alma Negra just because it's +2 skills. It'll help your CTA. And your bear. That's bear. Remember, you can get a super cheap one. Don't try to make this yourself. Just go buy a really shitty level 8 Fanat aura because you're not using it for Fanat, so you just need a cheap one. Here, just fire damage, large charms. Because remember, you don't have an offensive aura. You're having it from gear, so you need fire percent damage. You're not going to get any increase if you do offensive aura, because that's not going to increase your aura from gear. So fire skill damage, which is nice. I'd eventually like to get some faster run walk. Here is the just random all res jewel. My cold res was a little low, so I just wanted to use some cold res jewels just to make that a little more even. Torch Annie, not great, not terrible, decent ones. Talked about swap. Mercenary. So I initially had a pus spitter because I wanted to get the low res proc as well. She does proc it a lot, so it's actually a nice piece to have, but I don't really think double pierce is necessary. I could certainly do it if I wanted to, but I'm not too worried about it. And again, if you're not breaking from conviction, you actually do some decent melee damage, so physical damage, so not too bad. And this only gives you better physical damage. This is a perfect Faith I rolled that I was pretty stoked on. Lava Gout, just to help her with some increased attack speed. I guess with this, she doesn't need to worry about that. But the fire enchant's super nice because this will actually apply to you, so you get a little extra fire damage. Razor Skin, just good chance to pierce. I actually realized I don't need this anymore. I had this when I was what's it called? I had this when I had Pus Spitter, and it was more important, so she could have pierced for better procs. But I might just put like a random. Actually, in fact, I think I might have that in my inventory. Just some more PDR for her. There you go. She can have this.
I'll put that to good use.
Something to help her. Okay. There you go. She got Verdungos. This I found and slammed. I just thought it was really cool. She doesn't need increased attack speed anymore either, so again, I could put Shaft Stop on her. Sorry, I only just changed her from using Pus Spitter, so she can just have these. But yeah, this was cool. I found and slammed it. I bought it from random merchant, and then slammed PDR on it. It just had Ice Jewels in it. She's also using Flickering Flame. Again, with most of your fire builds, you're going to want Flickering Flame because the level 5 fire resist aura will actually give you fire damage. So it actually applies to your fire damage. So you're getting better fire damage on that, which is nice. She also shoots off fire arrows, so there you go. Gives her a little more damage. Random bolts, whatever. Merman, Sprocket, just to keep her up, help her keep up with me. So I just like those. Stats here, basically enough strength and dex to wear your gear. Remember, because you're running Conviction Aura, you really don't need a lot of average hit chance, because a lot of your hit chance is based on the enemy's defense. So because it's something people don't think about with Conviction Aura, yes, it lowers resistances, but it also lowers defense. So mobs' defense is super low, which means I have a much better chance of hitting them. So don't worry too much about your attack rating. I don't tend to have any issues with hitting. That was stats. You're just dumping into vitality after that, just to get your health up as much as you can. I think my health is, let's see, yeah, could be better. It's still pretty low, but you know, I'm only level 85, so that's a lot more vitality I'll get. Let's see, skills, of course. Skills, here's why the build works. So because you are running a non-native flame bellow or non-native holy fire, so you're running it from gear. So you're going to want to not put any into holy fire because remember you're not using it, but you want to put it into all your synergies. So resist fire, salvation, blessed aim. So I've maxed blessed aim, I've maxed resist fire, and I've maxed salvation. Right. So now my holy fire that I'm getting from gear is super buffed. And then I'm just maxing conviction. I think I might have one more point to put in there. And after you max conviction, you really don't have anything else to cast other than Holy Sword as a buff. So I wouldn't really put it in anything else. Because remember, you're just meleeing as a bear. You got your conviction aura and you're meleeing. That's all you're doing. So you don't really need anywhere else. You could theoretically, if you really want to like get juicier resist, you can dump it into some like resist lightning or resist cold. But you might as well get the extra damage from Holy Sword, which I'm pretty sure you do still get. Because you can see when I'm in bear form, I do still have the buff. I do still have the buff when I'm in bear form, so I can only assume you're actually still getting the damage. But again, I think they just fixed it so you can't get the block with the two-handed sword because you're not technically wearing a sword here. When you look at the bear. Okay, that is bear. That is gear. That is mercenary. All the things. We can go into a quick map. I can show you to you. I'm just gonna burn through this. It's a whatever map. I would recommend fortified on your maps just because you don't really have that much like big AOE cleave. You are still splashing, but you'll see it just doesn't do like a huge like AOE clear. This does have some fire absorb, but you'll still be able to see. Here's my damage, 13 to 18k, which is pretty darn high, and you can see it's only 10 to 14 fire, so there's a decent bit of physical damage, which will just help you sustain. Remember, you don't need to do any mana leech because you're not casting anything. You're just hitting with melee attack. So you can see it does some pretty good damage. And remember, this is a fortified map. I did just do a map that was unfortified, and I was tapping everything. It's pretty funny. I haven't really. I do think fortified's still a play, just because again, you're just gonna sit there swinging at so many things all the time, whereas here you can make it a little bit quicker. I'm not gonna loot anything, just so you guys can watch it. This is the playstyle. This is basically it. It's fun. You do zoom. I wish I were a little bit faster. So again, I think if I got some faster run walk, large charms, I think it'd be a lot better. But it's nice that you have the mercenary with vigor aura. You're bumping pretty good. Hopefully this is the boss. I can show you how it does with bosses. Yes, it is. So you can see where is he? Oh God, I'm already done. There he goes. So pretty good with the boss. I think they gain health from being fortified. I'm not sure, but either way, you make pretty quick work with him. I did the non-fortified sewers while kind of like talking in Discord, distracted in like 8 minutes. So again, it runs pretty quick. Okay, Omrun, nice little present. Take that. Streamer privilege, classic. Don't report me. Keep moving on through here. And this is just a hold W build. I mean, I say hold W because that's where my attack command is. But you are just holding W and just moving your mouse. So there's not a whole lot to the build. Not a whole lot of complexity. You're just a bear and you press W. Attack things with your big meaty bear balls. But again, I think it's really cool that you're able to have the pierce, have the damage, and have the speed. Oh, we got a gate event. Jeez. Everything for the stream. I don't think I have enough gold. That's the bad part. I may have to come back for it. Watch it be a sacred armor. Nope. Alright. I would like to get that key. I'll have to go to my barbarian and bring him in after this key. After this video, excuse me. I don't know. I think the damage is very good with this setup. just to talk about some other gearing options. I think you could certainly go Kira's. That's a nice. I think that's the obvious option, but I did find through plenty testing that it just did feel a little bit squishy, because you are very upfront and personal as a bear, and you know when you get into that trash pack with a bunch of quill beasts, all with might or fanaticism, you're just gonna get clapped. So it's nice to have a little extra PDR. So I think that COA is a nice option. And it's just got so much to it. Like if I did not have that, if I didn't have that COA, I would have 0 FHR, which would just be terrible. So I would rather have some decent FHR, some decent defensiveness, Vice, running Kira's, and just having a little extra Pierce. So to each their own. Build it how you want, but that's how I'm doing it. Remember, I'm gonna go back for all this junk after the video. But we're zooming. I think we're doing some pretty good damage with Fortified. I think I can put one more. Yeah, okay. Maybe one or two. So here's your stats. I don't know if I showed this yet. Okay. Your mastery's okay, your pierce is okay, but then of course you have 58% pierce from conviction. So you're doing pretty good. What did I say? 58. So 58 plus 26. Don't do math in public. It's like 84 or something. So that's pretty darn good. I think this is the best way to build it. If anyone has any advice on how else to build it, like feel free to tell me. I'm always taking advice on this stuff. And don't forget to slam your bellows, your flame bellows, good friends. Slam them and message me. You get a 31% or more slam if your flame bellow says 71 or higher increased attack speed. I want it. Give it to me. All right, so I think we made some pretty short work of that. We got an ohm out of it. We'll see what else we get from all the charms and stuff. But yeah, that's the build, guys. It's fun. It's a little quirky. It's a little goofy, but this is probably the best bear build I think I've made to date. So I will certainly be playing this for a decent while. It's keeping me motivated to stay on season 11. But of course, if you are not playing, I highly suggest getting into it. Season 11 is pretty darn cool. They've introduced some pretty cool new things. I'm not going to talk about it here, but go check it out. So that's the video, guys. As always, if you like the video and want to see more, please like and subscribe. Feel free to comment, ask questions, tell me what you think could be better, and I'm happy to take some advice. I will try to answer your questions if you ask them. So that's all I got for you. Have a good one. See ya.